What is up, guys? Poledoo here. Welcome back to some more Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Last time we started Act 2. This is Chapter 10, I think. And of course did a paralogue. It was a pretty decent paralogue, but also didn't really give as much as I would have wanted. But that kind of is the name of the game. It's kind of the norm here, unfortunately. But there was no mid-chapter story pop-up, so we are jumping right on into our big old support block. There's quite a lot here. We did just get Lawrence, Arval, Ingrid, and Marianne just to lump on top of everything, because we don't have too many characters. No, why would you think that? But let's get it going. I think it's gonna be a pretty big one. Do I have 2 readied up for Felix? Well, they're at the ready, but let's get it going. Shez and Felix.
What's wrong? Your footwork is even sloppier than usual.
Damn.
You noticed that, huh? It's nothing. There's just been a lot on my mind lately is all. And I was kind of lost in thought when you lunged at me, so I couldn't really react too well.
Training isn't the time for idle contemplation. You're worthless as a sparring partner if you let your mind wander. Not to mention that you do the same thing in actual battles. Getting distracted when you're training is one thing. Do it out there, and the enemy will cut you down without hesitation. We've been through this before. If there's something on your mind, just come out with it already.
Tell him, don't tell him. Oh, you don't tell him and just end the support. There we go.
Nope, nothing to say this time. I promise.
If you say so. There's still something I don't understand, though. Where did you learn to fight like that? You clearly don't move like a knight, but I've never seen a mercenary use those techniques either.
I guess you could say I taught myself. I didn't really have one teacher who showed me everything. If anything, I just kind of picked stuff up as I moved from one band of mercs to the next.
That explains it. I was wondering why your style was so hard to read. Both knights and mercenaries use a standard set of battle-tested tactics. A book they all play by. But you're not bound to any single convention. I suppose that's what I found strange.
Probably doesn't help that I don't have to draw my sword like everyone else. When I think about it like that, it might have been for the best that I taught myself instead of subscribing to a particular school of thought.
A unique style all your own. Fascinating. Teach me.
I'd be glad to, but I'm the only one who can use my sword. It won't be easy to replicate.
That's for me to decide. If nothing else, I can adapt your moves for my own purposes.
Yeah.
The more styles I know, the better.
Well, he's got a point.
If you say so. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'll do what I can. Oh, and you can teach me in exchange. The more styles, the better, right? You fight sorta like a knight, but also sorta not. I mean that in a good way, of course. I'm not sure how to put it. It's almost like you react to the situation as it plays out.
He's got great frame data, is what is what she's saying.
So, yeah. If we can combine our 2 styles somehow, I bet we'll both end up stronger for it.
Maybe so.
Okay. And yeah, we're able to just go straight to A, so sure, finish it off.
He's making a run for it, Felix. Don't let him get away.
Not a chance. He's mine!
Nice work out there. It's a real confidence boost knowing you have my back.
I could say the same for you. Now that I know your style better, I have less trouble predicting your movements.
Glad to hear it. Guess you must have a pretty good read on me by now, huh?
Is that good to hear? I feel like that's, oh, well, I don't know, competitiveness. It's like, oh, he got the download. Rip.
On your sword, perhaps.
Here you go again. You know, I've gotten a good grasp on the way you think. It's like you decide on a role for yourself, then do whatever you can to see it through. Of course, the role changes depending on the situation and who's fighting beside you. Sometimes you attack, sometimes you defend. It's incredible just how versatile you are.
No need for compliments. That's simply how I was taught to be.
Really? By who?
My father. He may prefer a spear or magic, but he's more than capable with a sword in his hands too.
Right. Makes sense it'd be Rodrigue. His weapon of choice might be different, but he adapts himself to the flow of battle just as well as you do. Probably better, actually.
The style didn't start with him, though. It's something the leaders of our house have passed down throughout the ages. House Fraldarius has been the king's lance and shield for generations. Ever since the time of Kaifin, sworn friends of the great King Lugh. At times, we've been sent to defeat the crown's enemies. At others, we've held back to defend the throne. I admit the style has its uses, idiotic history of blind faith aside.
Huh. So that's why you fight the way you do. You're indispensable, Felix. Not just to Dimitri, but to everyone else, too.
I suppose if I'm a lance and shield, you would be like some kind of projectile, an arrow or a stone.
Through both of these supports so far, all I can think of is Felix as like a fighting game player. Like he would absolutely, I feel like he'd be very much like a Leffen. He'd be really, really good, but he'd be controversial because of how how he speaks, how blunt and rude he can be. Accept the compliment.
You're saying I'm good at taking the enemy by surprise, right? You sure could learn to be more direct with your compliments, you know?
You can interpret it that way if you want. In any case, you're just as important to this army as I am. Between that sword of yours and the way you can shapeshift, nobody ever knows what you'll do next. Some might say your powers are dangerous, but I think they provide the perfect element of surprise.
Huh. Glad to hear you say so.
There's one fault I can't get past, though. You can never stay focused during battle. It's almost like you're talking to someone while you fight. Someone in your head that... Hey, what's with the smile?
It's because we are.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I'm just really happy we've gotten to know each other so well. Only a true friend would be that open with their criticism. Thanks, Felix.
Say what you will. That's the last piece of advice I'm ever giving you.
Okay.
He wasn't really mad, was he? It's so hard to tell sometimes.
All right, that was Felix's. So we got Shez and Sylvain B.
Never thought I'd see the day you shut yourself in your room to read. I hear you've been pouring through every book on magic you can get your hands on.
Hey, I read sometimes. Anyway, I had this great idea I needed to do some research for.
I'm afraid to ask. Wait, what's that diagram?
A perceptive question. This here is a blueprint I came up with for a new kind of fire orb.
Really? You're talking about those flame-flinging siege weapons, right? Because that looks pretty small for a fire orb.
Well, that's the point. I want to make it so that our knights can carry one around as easily as they do their swords.
What would that accomplish? Knights don't have the training to use something like that.
Right you are. The wielder needs both special training and some natural magical ability to use one. At least that's the case with our current fire orbs. Which brings me to my main goal, making it so that anyone can use them, no matter their background. I mean, think about the havoc we could wreak if your average knight or myrmidon could also blast out some fire magic whenever they wanted.
Okay, this is like the most Sylvain has been in this game, if that makes sense. You know, in Three Houses, he's very much not this serious. He has some, you know, deep-seated trauma that comes out from time to time. But like the other side that you see is fuck crests. Let everyone fight on, or be on, you know, equal footing. That seems like it's finally shining through here with this.
That's actually a great idea, Sylvain. I bet we could come up with some amazing battle strategies with those things.
Right? I knew someone as special as you would understand. Either way, it won't be ready anytime soon. I'm not sure when I'll finally be done with it, honestly.
If you don't hurry, the war will be over before you're finished.
Battle's not the only place it'll come in handy. People who don't have any other training could use it for self-defense.
Huh. Come to think of it, that's the same reason you were so interested in my sword. Does this have to do with House Gautier? I know your family's been dealing with Serang for years now.
Yeah, more or less. We've gone through some pretty tough times. My father's first wife, Miklon's mom, she died in a Serang raid. We've managed to hold the border for about 100 years now thanks to the Lance of Ruin. But they keep pushing our limits. Frankly, I admire their determination.
Oh, speaking of, we don't have the Lance of Ruin yet, do we?
It did seem like Margrave Gautier was pretty used to fending off their attacks.
It's not like he's had much choice. Once I inherit his title, I'll keep doing whatever I can to hold them off. But it's going to be tough without a stronger military. If the king had forces of his own, he could send them in at a moment's notice whenever we were in trouble. Problem is, the last king already tried something like that. It ticked the local lords off to no end.
Makes sense. If the king grows stronger, everyone else loses a little bit of their own influence in comparison. Anyone would have a hard time swallowing that.
I'd say it's worth it if it means the kingdom won't descend into chaos. Whatever the case, any reforms we enact will need to be peaceful and well-founded, which is exactly why I want us to be able to fight on our own, without having to rely on our relic or on other lords.
Well, Sylvain, you actually sound like a real heir now. It's a nice change from all the skirt chasing you used to do.
Hey, the future of my house is on the line here. Even the laziest guy in the world would be worried about that. Sure, the kingdom might be a half-frozen stretch of dirt, but it's my half-frozen stretch of dirt. And it's the only home I've got.
Home, huh?
I don't know how I feel about Sylvain in this game. I feel like with context of 3 houses, he's fine, I guess, but otherwise they just turned him into a fairly, like, he's too safe and boring. So I don't know. I don't think I'm a fan of this game, Sylvain. But let's see, let's finish off Ingrid.
Hey, Ingrid. Not too often I see you wandering in town like this.
Oh, I was just out for a walk. What about you? Are you here to do some shopping?
Yeah. Dedue asked me to pick up some ingredients for dinner.
Well, if it is food shopping you're after, then your best bet would be the boulevard past the river.
What are you so flustered for? You're not hiding something, are you?
What, me? No, not at all. It's nothing really. I'm just surprised how much you can find here.
It's a far cry from the struggling little towns dotting the rest of the kingdom, that's for sure.
Yes. Galatea is one of the regions that's found itself facing particularly hard times lately. A beautiful town like this, filled with happy people, hardly feels like it's part of the same kingdom as the blighted, barren lands I call home. The street lined end to end with blacksmiths is an especially magnificent sight. Not to mention all the wonderful smells wafting from the food stalls. Sorry, I lost myself for a moment there. In any case, it's great to see just how prosperous this town has become.
Yeah, invite her to the food stalls.
Hey, you want to go take a peek at some of those stalls with me? We can grab a bite and keep walking if you want. I saw some mouth-watering meat skewers when I passed by earlier, and this time of year's got the best fruit and fish.
Truly? I'd love to try some. Though it would not be proper for me to be engaging in such revelry as the future Count Galatea.
Hey, speaking of, have you figured out what you want to do yet?
Not at the moment, no. In fact, part of the reason I came into town today was to do some further searching. It's my dream in life to stand as a knight by His Majesty's side, just as my late fiancé once did. And even if I do not become a knight like he was, there must be a way I can protect His Majesty in a similar fashion. Perhaps I could teach the people of my house the ways of farming and travel the kingdom cultivating land for those who need it most.
That's an idea. Definitely an unusual job for a count, but it'll be welcome for sure. And if you managed to help the kingdom prosper while you did it, people would grow more and more satisfied with the royal family's rule. That's certainly one way to protect the king.
Yeah, encourage her further. Don't pitch in.
If that's the path you choose for yourself, I'll do whatever I can to support you.
There's like no
That's
farm
what friends
work.
do after all.
Support you from afar.
In that case, What would you think of cooperating with me once I inherit my family's title? Just as Tobias did for my grandmother.
Don't tell me. You'd ask me to fetch you meat skewers every day to save you the trip into town?
What? I would never.
It was just a joke, don't worry. But I seriously do want to help. I believe in you, Ingrid.
I'm actually fairly surprised Ingrid hasn't really had a food-related support yet, that I can recall anyway. Maybe we've just gotten around all of them. But she's had, you know, more actual conversations instead of just, meat gremlin, stuff her face. But Dorothea B.
That reminds me, I actually found myself at a noble's tea party not too long ago.
Oh, you must be talking about Sylvain, right? Probably had something to do with the woman?
No. It happened while I was doing some work as a bodyguard. The nobles who threw the party even gave me a cup of tea to show their appreciation. I didn't really know what to make of it, though. Hard to say if it was even good or bad.
Understandable. Settings like that tend to choke the flavor out of any food or drink you happen to come across, among other things.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm built for all that fancy stuff. Hey, remember when I asked you to sing for me? You belted out a verse from one of your operas. It kinda reminded me of that tea. It's like, I just don't have the background for that sort of stuff. If you don't grow up in it, you're not gonna get it.
Everyone has a right to those things, though. Taking in a tragic opera, letting an elegant meal dance across your taste buds. Nobody should be excluded from those pleasures just because they were born a commoner.
It'd be good if that's how things worked.
You think it's not?
Take my time back as a mercenary. I would have gladly eaten a half-cooked rat if it meant I was getting food in my belly. It's only since I joined up with this army that my palate's become a little more discerning. What I'm saying is, if you never have the chance to eat good food, then you'll never know what good food is supposed to taste like. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but...
In that case...
Dorothea?
Oh, sorry. I got a bit caught up in my thoughts there. But I think it might be just as you say. Will you indulge me for a moment?
Sure. What's on your mind?
When I first started singing, I did it for me. Only me. But it wasn't long until Manuela discovered my gift. So, I joined the opera company. It felt... incredible. I wanted the whole world to hear my singing. But once I became a songstress, I started attracting more and more attention from the nobles. Before I knew it, I wasn't singing for myself anymore. I was singing for them. Now you can't even appreciate my songs if you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Try to cheer
It
up.
might be true, but like I said, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. So many people would kill to be able to do what you can do. So don't belittle yourself like that. Your singing is incredible, Dorothea.
I appreciate that. I really do. But I still can't help but wonder.
Okay. Well, there's one more to that. And then it looks like the last one we have loaded up for Shez is Petra B.
Excuse me. May I ask for your ear?
Sure thing. What's on your mind?
I have the desire to be learning more about mercenaries. It is a subject of much fascination to me.
Sure, I guess. But I think you've heard most of the exciting bits by now.
Nonsense. Each word you speak is full of excitement. Please give me more illumination. For example, are you receiving payment for your work here?
Sure, me and Dimitri have a contract. Lucrative one too, as these things go. Guess the boss thinks pretty highly of me.
You said money was of importance for people who sell their swords. But what if an enemy offered a bigger payment? Would you be taking it?
No decent mercenary is that corrupt. This is like what kind of enemy? Who, like, in this aspect, being with Dimitri for this many years? No, but if it's just like, you know, hiree A versus B.
You need more than that to get a true merc to switch sides. Still, if an enemy can outbid your current employer, it means they've got a good shot at winning.
True.
And nobody who enjoys breathing wants to wind up on the losing side.
So in Fódlan, one must try to be allies with a side that has more richness?
See, that's the thing. Trust is its own currency, too. I mean, let's say someone shows up with a pile of gold and asks you to switch sides. Tempting, right? But you gotta be careful. You could take them up on their offer, only to learn that the money was just bait, and the guy actually wants you dead. And to make things worse, the honest employer you just stabbed in the back now knows you're as reliable as a three-legged horse. Point is,
Also fair
integrity
points.
means more to a mercenary than money. Probably should have led with that, actually.
I have understanding. Trust is of importance to everyone. But that has even more truth for a seller of swords.
You got it. Oh, and trust me, folks who hire for the best jobs make sure to know everything about you before extending the offer. But there's a flip side to that coin. If you're the type of employer who likes to leave mercs in the lurch, you better believe that word'll get around. Hard enough to stay alive without that nonsense.
That is a thing we all share in common. We wish to keep breathing, as you said. And what if I was offering a job? We are on the same side. Would that be betrayal? Bridget is a land of richness. We can offer much in exchange for the selling of your sword.
I don't think that would be betrayal. No, it just...
Sounds tempting, but I can't. I've got to see my current contract through first.
Well, yeah, that.
Also, didn't we just get done discussing how terrible it is to abandon a job before it's done?
I knew you would be declining. You are the model of a mercenary.
Okay. So that's there, and it doesn't look like anything disappeared. We got Dimitri and okay, just do. Cool. All right, finishing that one up.
Your Majesty, you will take ill if you keep sleeping at your desk.
Do? Oh, I've done it again. Yes, well, thank you for waking me and sparing my poor neck any further damage.
You sounded pained. Is everything all right?
Dreaming of the past again, I fear.
The tragedy?
No, the day I returned to the capital afterward. Do you remember the child who cursed me after my father's funeral?
Oh, yes. I believe he was the son of a knight who fell in Dusker.
He was furious that I would not take revenge on your people, and even more enraged to see you serving as my vassal. He berated me without mercy, demanding I kill you then and there. All I could do was walk away. Everyone desires revenge for that day. Survivors and the dead alike cry out for retribution.
I know, Your Majesty.
I seek to fulfill the duty they have given me, and have never once flinched from it. And yet, to do. If I were mortally wounded and begged with my dying breath for you to avenge me, what would you do?
I would do it, even at the cost of my life.
And if I told you to forget me, and live for your own happiness?
I would regretfully decline. I cannot know happiness without you by my side. I would still seek vengeance, just for my own sake, not yours.
Interesting. And nothing I say to the contrary will change your mind?
Your Majesty, can you not live for your own sake?
My life is not my own. It belongs to my kingdom, my people, and the dead. But had I been born to a different fate, well, perhaps I would have traveled outside Fódlan with you as a mercenary. Or perhaps I'd be a farmer. I confess the thought does sound rather delightful.
Surely you could still tread those paths.
It was a jest to do. I merely said the first thing that came to mind. I am driven by matters on which I cannot permit myself to yield. I hope you understand that.
Well then, all the more reason to get some proper rest. If work remains, I will aid you. If you have difficulty sleeping, I will lend you my ear. But seeing you slumped over at your desk disturbs me. Every time, I fear death has come for you in the night.
Death will never sneak up on me as long as I remain under your watchful attention.
Your Majesty, please.
Though, If I were to die and leave you alone, the aftermath would be horrendous. I suppose I will heed your advice. Just this once.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yeah, I mean, full bias aside, because these are two of my favorite characters in this entire game. I fucking love that, man. All right. Continuing on with Dedue, we got Dedue and Mercedes, their only conversation in this game.
Me! Teach me how to cook next.
All right. I will teach you a special recipe that is certain to delight everyone back at the church.
His Majesty is looking for you, Mercedes.
Goodness, whatever was that about?
My apologies. I have a tendency to frighten animals and children. Perhaps it's my imposing stature. Or perhaps it's because I'm from Dusker.
I doubt animals know anything about the tragedy of Dusker, Dedue. Still, I think I may know how to solve this little problem of yours.
Oh?
You see, many of the children here have lost homes and families. They tend to be a fearful bunch. And as a large man who is also unnaturally quiet, you cut a doubly scary figure. So all we have to do is show them how not scary you are.
And how do we do that?
Come back tomorrow. I'll have it all worked out by then.
Very well.
Okay. Where's...
Done. Here's your flower crown.
Okay.
Wow, mister.
Incredible.
You're just as amazing as Miss Mercedes.
Yeah, this is the prettiest flower crown I've ever seen.
It's like an actual royal crown. Well, make one for me. Please, please, please.
I could. Though it would be better to learn how to make your own.
Oh, but my crowns always look all... bleh.
Anyone can do it with enough practice. Well, perhaps not anyone. But if you find it difficult, you can always ask a friend for help.
Fine, I'll try. So how do I start?
Twist the stem there and wrap it once, but gently.
Well, how did it go? They certainly looked at ease around you.
They were indeed, and I owe it all to you.
All I did was brag to them about the magnificent flower crown you made for me.
How very clever.
Oh, please, I barely did a thing. It was your kindness that won them over.
You were the kind one, Mercedes. Thank you.
Miss Mercedes! Mr. Dedue! Look how far I am.
Oh, that's wonderful. Might you teach me how to make one as well, Mr. Dedue?
It would be my pleasure, Miss Mercedes.
Okay, that one was cute. Let's see. Continuing on, we got Ash and Sylvain A.
So, by stationing themselves in the bog, they were able to slow the advance of the enemy horses.
Exactly. But Lug's army was prepared in other ways too. They dug pitfalls, set up anti-cavalry palisades, and more. Laying all that groundwork is what led them to victory.
It's strange how the stories of King Lug don't go into much detail about him. But once you dig a bit, you realize he was a really talented tactician. I feel like I see him in a whole new light now. Say, do you think we could use this strategy in an upcoming battle? I know we can't do the exact same thing, but in that geography book you recommended to me before...
Where have you been hiding this talent? You're absorbing everything I teach you like a sponge. I can see why Lord Lenato had such faith in you.
Oh, it's not that. You're just a really good teacher.
Even taking that to be true, you're clearly an exceptional student. I'm actually sort of jealous that Dimitri gets a great knight like you by his side. I'd love to find some reason to steal you away to my territory after the war.
Don't joke like that, Sylvain. I serve His Majesty alone.
Ooh, shut down. But yeah, I get it. Still, are you really gonna devote your entire life to being a royal knight? To live and die in Ferdiad?
That was my initial idea. But I had a talk with His Majesty recently that made me reconsider. He asked if I wanted to succeed Lenato and take over Castle Gaspar after the war.
Castle Gaspar, huh? That makes sense. Adopted or not, you are Lord Lenato's heir.
I doubt the townspeople will be very accepting of me after I allowed him to die.
Given that we literally just did the Ash paralogue, where it was people coming after Ash to kill him for exactly that. Yeah, you're right.
But I'm still the only one capable of taking on the job. Or at least that's how I like to think of it.
Sounds like a huge responsibility, all right. Definitely can't ask you to come to House Gautier in that case.
That land meant everything to Lenato, and I would do anything to protect it. I want to help other people the same way he helped me. And I think I'm finally strong enough to do that now.
I should have expected as much. But hey, if that's what you want to do, I've got your back. A little education can be handy for a knight, but castle lords need to learn everything they can get their hands on. So let me know if you ever need old Teach to fill your little head full of info, and I'll come running. Sheesh, listen to me. I think your serious nature is contagious.
You joke, but I think you've always been a serious person deep down. You're an intelligent man who's always got his mind on one thing or another. I mean, aside from the way you acted back at the academy.
Oh, the unkindest cut. Completely accurate, but still.
I'm excited to learn everything I can from you, Sylvain. I really am.
Okay. Oh, wait, there's still something. What did I miss? Oh, flame. Okay.
Oh, this one is really pulling the line.
It must be our monster. Time to put what you practiced into action.
Yes, I am no longer the clumsy novice you slipped away from before, foul fish. It's not working. What do I do?
Don't give up. Play your line out a little and let the fish tire itself out.
Like this?
Yeah, that's good. Now wait. Wait. Now! Pull as hard as you can. Flame, look out!
We did it, Ash! Oh, I can scarce believe I managed to capture the beast.
Yeah, that was close. I thought the fish was going to catch you there for a second.
Yes. I might have gotten a bit carried away there. Had you not grabbed my arm when you did, I might be swimming in the river myself.
I'm glad I could help. Seriously glad. And hey, I'm amazed you managed to hang on to the pole through all that.
I told myself I would not let go, no matter what.
Hold on there, Flame. You have to let go sometimes. None of this is worth putting yourself in danger over.
Bet.
I think I'm starting to see why Sedith doesn't let you go fishing. Still, you never would have caught that fish without that fierce determination of yours.
Mother taught me to always see tasks through to the very end. But even she never fished up anything so large as this. And though she is no longer around, I would like to think she would be very proud of me.
So that's why you're so interested in fishing. Well, I think this was great. And I'm sure your mother would be proud.
Goodness, you do know how to compliment a lady. Still, I promise to surrender my pole if I ever find myself in this kind of situation again.
Well then, why don't we haul this thing back?
Yes, and then we can feast on the spoils of our victory. I wonder what it tastes like. I can't wait to find out. But, I cannot even fathom how best to prepare such a fish. We could slice it up and fry it, or boil it with vegetables, or... there are so many choices.
This has been so much fun. Flame really reminds me of my sister. She was always so eager to practice in the kitchen when she was little too. Hold on. Flame, in a kitchen. Hey, wait up! Let me help you!
She'll be fine. Flaying and knives? What could go wrong? Let's see. Sylvain and Ignatz. Okay.
Ignatz, I've been looking all over for you.
Oh, hello, Sylvain. Do you need something?
Yeah, I actually... Oh, were you painting? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. What can I do for you?
Actually, I was hoping you could take a look at this painting I brought back last time I was home.
This style is rarely seen in Fargus. It might be the work of an Imperial painter.
Agreed. I don't think I've seen this style of brushwork used much in the kingdom. My father's first wife was an Imperial noble, so maybe it was hers?
I never knew that. Still, it's quite stunning.
I know, right? That lady's really something.
I didn't mean the woman herself. Though, of course, she's lovely too. The features of her face suggest such kindness. She actually resembles Lady Rhea in a way.
The thing is, I have no idea who she is or if she even exists in real life.
Is that why you came to me? To see if I could uncover her identity?
Pretty much. I really love this thing, so it's been bugging me for years. I thought maybe you could finally scratch the itch for me. I mean, everybody knows you're the go-to guy for anything related to art.
Well, I'll do what I can, but please try not to get your hopes up. There's still a great deal I don't know. Though I must admit, my curiosity has been piqued as well.
Oh, really? Thanks. I wouldn't have the first clue about how to go about this on my own. I mean, I'd at least have something to go on if it was a religious painting, but us kingdom folk pretty much only care about fighting, you know? And our art books are, well, let's just say they're lacking, and leave it at that.
Yes, I'm well aware. Sadly, while religious art has continued to thrive and grow, the same can't be said for its secular counterparts. I do get the impression that this portrait may actually be related to the Church of Seiros, though.
You think? I don't know. I haven't noticed any of the usual elements of a Seiros composition.
As I'm sure you know, paintings of legendary and sacred figures all share a certain pattern, which is to say they're frequently depicted with their associated symbols.
Yeah, like Saint Seiros with swords and Saint Sethaline with fish. But I don't see anything even close to that here.
Look at the birds. Don't they seem strangely prominent to you?
I guess, now that you mention it. Okay, so who was associated with birds? Saint Macule, maybe? No, Saint Macule was a guy. This is nothing like how he's usually depicted either.
I didn't expect you to be so knowledgeable, Sylvain. No offense. To be honest, I always thought the two of us lived in entirely different worlds.
Come on, you should know me better than that. I'm the biggest art connoisseur in all of Fargus. Though, I admit, at first I only studied it to impress the ladies.
Sorry. I guess we still live in different worlds after all.
Okay. We got Ingrid and Marianne, horse girl support.
Oh dear, she left some of her feed again today. She might even be sick. But what do I do if she is?
You should give her hay instead of feed.
Oh, Marianne, I didn't notice you there. Wait, what's wrong with feed?
Oats aren't enough. For a horse, I mean. Not enough nutritional value.
I suppose I have been giving her a good amount of oats recently. Is that really what's making her unwell?
Yes. Probably.
In that case, I'll find some hay for her right away. Thanks for the advice. You sure know a lot.
Oh, no, not at all.
There's no need to be humble when you clearly know so much. Speaking of which, would you mind if I asked you some other questions?
No, I should have minded my own. Please excuse me.
Hey, wait! There's so much I want to ask! What do I do?
Okay, I definitely thought it was just gonna end there.
Battlefield once. But now she refuses to take even a single step.
I think, she's scared.
What? Really?
I can try to calm her down, but I don't know. Easy, girl, easy. I know that was scary, but you're safe now.
Shh. Amazing! She's walking again!
She said she hates the stench of blood on the battlefield. And that's why she didn't want to move.
Oh, well that makes sense. Wait, did you just talk to my horse?
Yes.
Yes, well, I mean, sort of. I just kind of understand.
That's incredible. How do you do that? And can you teach me?
It's really just, I mean, I sort of imagine what they're thinking based on little movements, or... I'm sorry. I'm not helpful. I should go.
Not helpful? This is the second time you've helped me and her both. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Marianne. Have a little confidence in your abilities.
Please excuse me.
Wait, I didn't even get to thank you.
Okay, there's one more to that. I'll definitely try to get. Looks like we made it to the end. Dorothea and Petra as the final one we got.
Oh, it feels wonderful to be out on the town again. Wouldn't you agree, Petra?
I would. It has been one battle after another battle. It is feeling good to rest.
I know, right? I'm glad we stopped here. Just look at the market. So many stalls, so much life.
This town must have been sending many soldiers to the war. I was thinking it would be filled with gloom, but the townsfolk are keeping high spirits. This is a good thing.
Commoners are a lot more resilient than you think. It doesn't matter if there are arrows whizzing by their shops or if there's a new lord to serve. They know how to adapt and carry on. Of course, it's different if they've lost family.
Ah, yes. In Brigid, everyone is family. We fight as sisters and brothers, and are mourning each loss.
One big family, huh? Can't say that for Fódlan. It's a beautiful idea, but it must be awful in wartime. I can't imagine feeling like I've lost a sibling every time a person dies.
Yes. Times of war bring much sadness. But I am also thinking that war is less common. We are not squabbling over land or property, because it is already belonging to all.
That sounds wonderful, Petra.
We are only squabbling over who is sitting on the throne. Oh, and lovers.
Oh, so that's where things get messy. Juicy.
Oi, ladies. Ain't safe for a couple of prim skirts to be out here alone. Why don't you come with us?
Keep walking, boys. Not interested.
Shut up and move, girlie. Whoa! What the?
Watch out, Dorothea! This one has skill!
Well, that was incredibly uncivil of them. Are you all right? You aren't hurt, are you?
I am well. And you?
Not a scratch. I'm so relieved those brutes didn't mess up that silky face of yours.
But I am not wearing silk upon my face, Dorothea.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm talking about your skin. It's lustrous and smooth, you know?
This is a strange comparison. Silk is easily damaged. My skin has strength. Here, feel.
I know this is like a language barrier thing, but also I very much feel this as well. It's like, what do you mean?
That's all right. I can tell just by looking.
Then you are knowing that my skin is like steel, not like silk. I am thinking we should be taking more care from now on. You are precious to me. I do not want to be losing you to thugs. One of them was a capable fighter. Please take my apologies for placing you in such danger. If anyone is trying such a thing again, I will be keeping you safe.
Hey, you're special to me too, you know. And no one's gonna lay a finger on your head while I'm around.
Okay. What a support to end this massive block on. But before we head out, when we started the chapter, I'm pretty sure I already unlocked it. When we started the chapter, I was told that Dimitri finally got his special job, and I have mastered Dark Knight. Yeah, I did unlock it. So great lord. So we're gonna lose a horse, go back to the ground, which is fine enough. I do want to see, is it, there we go. Thunder Rush, perform a series of lance strikes imbued with lightning. Parasailing. Oh, this is the move. When we got to use Dimitri in a Golden Wildfire, he had this equipped. Okay. And then Savior of the Meek. Very cool, very cool. But yes, we have this set up, ready to go. Increase number of permitted lance throws? I don't know what that means, but I'll equip that. But okay. It is time to finally get going. Proceed to the war map. Yes, I don't even fully know what we're doing, because the last I remember us talking, we were going to Garrick Mach, which is over here, to take it back and then do some sort of pincer thing. But what's going on? Midwestern Girth territory. After witnessing the cruelty and injustice left in the Imperial Army's wake, you and your allies resolved to put a stop to the Empire's misdeeds. Okay.
This one's been leveled too. Every last house in the village reduced to ash. Our first push into enemy territory, and all we have to show for it is the charred remains of people's lives.
The neighboring village was plundered as well. There must have been Imperial soldiers stationed nearby.
What is it, Dimitri?
I don't understand. Why would they do this? Were they trying to stop us from retrieving supplies from these villages? Were they that adamant that we not establish a base here? In a sense, are we responsible for this?
The fiends oppressed this region heavily. Setting it alight was no far step beyond that.
Looked like they raised the fields too.
What wrong had these people committed to deserve such barbarity, such mindless slaughter? And what sort of foul creature would carry it out?
Hard to say. I can get why they might want to burn the buildings down, but there's no reason to execute all the villagers too. This isn't usually how the Empire does stuff.
Do they not know Edelgard's not in charge right now, I guess?
Sure, their methods have always been pretty rough, but never downright cruel like this.
Agreed. Perhaps this is the result of their failure at Aryan Road. This devastation, this blackened earth. Can this truly be the world she hopes to create?
I suspect Edelgard is no more than a mere puppet now.
Well?
That, or perhaps a victim of whatever befell Tomas.
Okay, so they do kind of know. They're just like, man, they're just like extra fucked up now.
You may just be right.
Urgent news, Your Majesty. The Western Church has launched a surprise attack on our rear flank.
I see. And what of our losses?
Minimal as of yet, but the enemy makes to join up with the Imperial Army and strike again.
What's the call, Dimitri?
I'd like to push on, but it seems we will have to put that on hold for now. The Western Church comes first.
The main quest region has changed because the Western Church has raised an army against the kingdom. Okay, that's... that was wild. What is the description? You and your allies are marching through Imperial territory, sight set on ending the war. And you receive a shocking report. The Western Church has raised an army to attack your army from the rear. Yeah, okay. Huh.
But why would the Western Church form an army now of all times?
I know they've had many disagreements with the Central Church over the years, but that doesn't explain the timing.
The answer may lie in the reports that some of Cornelia's associates have been seen among their ranks.
Interesting. The Western Church infiltrated by the very foe we hope to strike down. An organization devoted to the salvation of all, overtaken by another dedicated to nothing but chaos. Now there's some irony.
I guess it depends on what happened when. But if the Western Church has been rubbing elbows with Cornelia's people this whole time, they might have played a role of their own in the tragedy of Duscur.
Indeed, I believe the situation holds many hidden truths. Ones we may never have imagined until this very moment.
Tomas, Cornelia, Tallis? They've been pulling the strings this whole time. But what's that mean for me? My power is the exact same as theirs.
It's certainly a puzzle, yes. A quandary even I don't hold the answer to. Perhaps you're related somehow. Though bearing similar abilities doesn't necessarily make you their kin. The good news is, some of them will be in this very battle. Perhaps you can seek out the truth yourself.
Oh. Rescue the citizens and their allies. Failure of any citizen is routed. See, heal the citizenry, persuade Balthus. Okay, I don't think Balthus is required. But I do want to recruit all of the Ashen Wolves. And then all we're missing is Constance after this. Have healers heal the citizen. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. And then 10 points, decrease the durability of all enemy strongholds at the beginning of battle. Slightly weaken the enemy for a period of time by demoralizing them at the start of battle. Assign archer. You know what? Demoralize them, because like this one feels good too, or sounds good, but I kind of worry it'll make my kill count lower, like too low. I don't know what our. We have 1815 minutes. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's do. Where? Oh, Dimitri. I was like, where is Dimitri? Dimitri.
Understood.
Let's field.
I'll do my best.
Mercedes. Annette. I want her to cap Gramarye before I do anything different with her. I'm working on that though. Catherine. You came in so late. I'm gonna put Blaine in here.
To my utmost.
Yep, this should be good. All right, let's go.
I thought this was the Western Church.
Not a
yeah, hold on.
We will
as usual.
planned.
Go there.
I will give it my all.
Blaine there.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make short work of this.
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
I'll give it 1000%. Leave everything to.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Let's begin. It's time.
Okay, so I have everything covered. Actually, let's do this. We'll have you go there. I'm gonna switch to Dimitri immediately.
We will proceed as planned.
His army. You wouldn't know it with all those outside forces, Imperial and otherwise.
We must help these people, and quickly. We can focus on gaining territory after. A fine hit! Our priority is granting the local citizens an escape. To do so, we must start by capturing the nearby strongholds.
Spin. Okay, hold on. So, Great Lord. Oh wait. Class details. A strong wielding class exclusive to Dimitri. Any strong attack can be enhanced by holding X. Press X to use the class gauge and throw your lance forward. Okay, so that's the class gauge will fill over time. That's what that skill is like. Can throw multiple lances. Like, well, I don't know what that means. Okay, if the class gauge is completely full, you'll perform a follow-up attack, striking the ground with a powerful lance blow.
Still people trapped inside the fortress. We need to get to them fast.
Okay.
The kingdom's here already.
Metody.
Get a load of this guy here for the wrong job. Who made him an Imperial general anyway?
You're mine!
One stronghold secure.
Oh my god, all right.
Capture another.
All right, Flane. You're doing pretty good. I'm gonna switch over to Mercedes. Let's have Dimitri. Oh, we are able to just go. All right. How far can we actually reach? Okay. I mean, yeah, have Dimitri just go straight in there. Flame deal with you.
Hear you loud and clear.
Sylvain there. You still haven't killed this gatekeeper? Damn.
Let's begin.
To do there.
It's time to move.
I'll do what I can.
Felix. Here.
It's worth a shot.
All right. Nosferatu.
I won't lose.
Okay, two grappler here. Just one sitting there blocking. I I think, is that a unique Grimoire attack as well? Just the arrow of light?
Should these strongholds fall, we must keep them secure.
All right.
I'm out of here for killing innocent people. Goes against the Merc Code.
It's too late to have morals now.
Stop punching. Just keep going and going. Okay, Shez finally defeated that gatekeeper. Oh my god. She is so slow. All right.
Shall we?
Now, go up there.
I'll give it 1,000%.
A net
Leave
there.
everything to me.
Hear you loud and clear.
Where's Shez? Okay, Shez. Go in there.
Let us crush their defenses.
All right. Where? So we have this. Balthus is in here completely blocked, but there's so many assassins with him. My god. Well, I mean, I guess let's just start clearing things.
You can have your dirty money back. Find someone else for this job.
Shut up and do as you're told, Merc. Or I can always cut you to pieces if you can't follow orders.
Plane defeated sniper. Okay.
Hear you loud and clear.
I will give it my
Plane
all.
go
I shall do
here.
my part.
This stronghold will fall.
So. Okay, that like didn't hit the Dark Mage whatsoever. And with a wheel sweep. Okay, the charge attacks are real nice though. And run in here, hit this guy within a truck. Oh, I was like, he dodged out of the way. All right, and we're gonna run in with one of these.
You won't stop.
Okay, so we're good there. Let's swap.
We will proceed
We've
as
cleared the whole line there. Let's go and there. Assassinate. Okay, there's another grappler down here. Hit him with a fire sweep. Scoop him up. Plane is nearly routed. Says who? Did she maybe just auto heal before that or something? Percy's full of health. It's like the opposite of nearly routed. Okay, Felix defeated a sniper. Let's see. Okay, Annette's still struggling down there.
I'll do what I can.
Let's go over here.
It's
I'm gonna
worth
have
a
to
shot.
switch to Mercedes, I think, and deal with that myself.
Hear you loud and clear.
Sylvain
I'll make short
here.
work of this.
Shez finally did that. Okay,
Take a breather.
I can go. I have to try.
you're just gonna hit this button. There we go.
Take a breather.
All right,
Shall we?
and then go help
Let's give
Annette
it a
with this
breather.
guy. Deal with this guy down
No
here.
matter what happens from here on out, we have to keep them safe.
We saved as many as we possibly could. Now we need to see them safely evacuated to the strongholds outside the fortress.
Oh, Really now? Okay. Well, let's do this. Guard. They did kill the guy, so Annette there. I think it's a straight shot. I don't think I got a baby.
Not a problem.
This guy with Shez, so I'm gonna tell Shez to go there. Dimitri, let's take Dimitri.
I see you trying to sneak away. Not on my watch. You fools will get what you deserve.
You opening the
We
door?
have a squad of healers in reserve. They should be able to provide aid to injured citizens.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. To do,
Let's
go
begin. It's
in
time to
there. Okay, everything else is going fine. Heal the citizenry. But no, the door is not open yet.
Please, heal them.
Thank the goddess. I hope that grants us some peace of mind for a little while.
Hello? Oh, okay. To
Let's
do.
begin. I will
They're
be
being
your
healed,
shield.
but
Not a problem. I'm here to help.
things spawned on them. Okay.
Me. Yeah.
It was Feratu.
You just keep coming.
Are you
Hard to
ready?
fight and keep your prizes safe at the same time, isn't it?
Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Let me out.
Annette is nearly routed. Is she actually, though? No. Annette used an elixir to heal. Okay. That's fine. What's not fine, I'm trying to turn Mercedes into a bow knight in the background, but I want her to finish her magic. And goddamn, this, I do not like using Mercedes. I think I said Annette into a bow knight. Mercedes into a bow knight.
Maybe this.
God, she is much too slow. Ballistas, huh? Okay.
Those ballistae
Speaking
are
of
trouble.
slow,
We should split up and take them down.
okay, I want to get the fuck off of Mercedes.
Please retreat.
Spamming, there we go. I was like
Shall
spamming
we? I'll provide assistance.
for my life right now. Okay, kill you.
Hear you loud and
Kill
I'll make short work
you.
of this.
Let's go to
We will
there.
proceed as planned.
Me, unlucky for you. Give in.
One of those. You survived.
Said I'm leaving.
Can't take any chances.
Oh my god. Being comboed. That was my, yeah, that did shitloads of damage to me.
Is that a dissenter in their ranks? We should reach out before things escalate any further.
Persuade Balthus. Okay.
It's not over. You saved me. Thanks a bunch.
My turn. Take this!
Alright. This citizen fucking sucks. Jesus. These guys are obnoxious.
It's time to move.
I won't lose.
Yeah, I know. I see. They're worthless. I get it.
I'll do it. Unlucky for you.
I can still fight.
Give in.
Gotta stop these, There we go. Swap here. Hit him with an atrocity. Okay. The ballistas are done.
We did it!
We've created a safe path forward.
Yeah, just took a pulling teeth to do it.
Let's give it a...
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
Okay, so you're being taken care
I
of.
shall do my part.
Where is Shez? Oh, still okay. So come up here and do.
Let's begin.
Go, I guess here. Take out the space captain.
You're letting them get away. I'm not done feasting on the fear in their eyes yet.
They're still
The people should
hiding
be
in those
safe
corners.
strongholds for now, but we must keep defending them to the very end.
I refuse to hold
All right.
back.
There's a whole assassin running up to me.
You won't stop me.
How are we doing in terms of kills? Okay.
Unbelievable. They've all escaped. Guess it's time to finish this myself.
Open the gate finally. All right.
Perfect. The big bad's on the field now. Don't take your eyes off the strongholds, but this is our chance to take him down.
You let all the maggots get away, but I wasn't done torturing them. You'll just have to take their place.
Bro, I'm literally about to corral all of you. What? Where are you going? Well.
Just to hold back. You won't stop me.
That traitor Merc still needs to be dealt with. Get him!
What's going on down there? Shadow slide here.
Couldn't hurt. Not a problem.
Go there. Where is Felix?
I'll do what I
don't
can.
know. Surely someone's gonna pop up with a key, but
on me. Shall
just
we?
have him do it.
I'll provide
Go down
assistance.
there.
I'll give it 1000%.
Assign
We
as
can do it
adjutant.
together.
Flame. Do whatever you want.
That's how it's gonna be, huh? Don't think I'll just take this lying down.
Defeat the assassins and aid Baltus. Well, we have.
Thanks for the rescue. What was I thinking? Taking your job working under those jerks.
Perhaps you'd like to join us instead, then. We can make it worth your while.
Sure, why not? Mind if I get a breather first, though? It's been a rough one.
Yeah. I was like, please stop talking so I can deal with this. Holy shit. Okay, he's dead.
Wait. If it's money you want, I'll split the loot.
Attack! Give them
Okay.
no quarter.
We're gonna run out of awakening meter trying to get somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, I'm so close. Okay, well, we're steps outside.
You won't stop me.
God, yeah. That sucks. That's fine. Wheel sweep.
There's no
Atrocity.
mistake. We need to hurry and get the rest.
Okay, let's go here.
Give it here.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to use Mercedes. But she's here. She's so close to a meter. Alright. She finally has one, but they're broken and dead, so it doesn't matter anymore. Alright.
Is that what passes for an Imperial General these days?
Ultimately, Metade, you were no better than a stupid beast. We will withdraw.
Oh, okay. A bunch of people. How many more do I need to kill? Okay. Like 200 in 5 minutes. Myson.
I am Myson, liberator of humankind from the control of filthy vermin.
Something about this whole chapter.
Let's begin.
This all feels like filler. I don't know how I feel about this. Where are they going? I don't know. Either way, everyone's down here. And that definitely needs to change.
That guy's the brains behind all this?
Oh, he's trying to
Don't let him
leave.
get away.
I see. Okay. Well, Mercedes is going somewhere, that's for sure. You know what?
Some help, Annie? If it's me and my mercy.
One mysterious soldier, that's enough for me.
There's no way we can lose.
The double unique Gremory finishers.
We must keep the people safe. Whatever happens, protect our strongholds.
All right. Gonna do one of those. Gonna swap to Dimitri. Tell her to continue doing that. What's going on? What do you... Okay, let's have Shez out here.
I've got this.
I shall do my part.
Take the lead.
Blind eye to the Empire's brutality. This wasn't what I signed up for. I'm out of here.
West Church Bishop joined the... Okay. Oh, he's the guy with the key, huh?
No, he's looking an awful lot like Cornelius creeps.
I won't lose.
Attack! Give them no quarter.
Where'd the key boy go? Oh, he's not like actually running in here. Come on, can I push him over to that sniper? No, not quite. All right.
I refuse to hold back.
I wanted a combo and then hit this. We'll just hit him with one of these. Oh, he's still alive.
This wasn't the plan.
Okay. No one... Oh, okay. It's like, who's got Myson? Nobody. All right.
No regret.
Take a breather.
No matter the justification.
Look at these assassins out of here.
Inexcusable.
And one of these.
You're done.
Okay, the Western Trade has suffered damage. No, it's fine.
We need to help, and fast.
Out of the way.
Wait, where did you come from? Did you survive that?
Got you.
How dare you?
Take this.
Okay. Are you saying this is the Western Retreat? No, Eastern. Oh! I didn't even know anyone was down there. Shadow slide. I just shadow slid in place. Shadow slide. Good thing I have one more to use.
We must deal with the situation
All right.
once.
I'm like warping right into a punch combo.
You're done.
All right. You'll all be all right. Are we doing? All right, we got the kills, so now we just need to end the map. All right. Let's go up to... Dedu. Yeah, they're all running after
descendants of the
Myson.
most inconsequential of beasts, and your deaths will fuel our grand ambition.
One of these, and then with everyone around, let's get those buffs going to do. Assassinate. Another fire sweep. Scoop him up. Okay. Can't swing anymore. That is GG.
No sense in sticking around. Unless...
Myson, was it?
Your efforts saved countless lives today. Hold your head high.
Okay. That was a bit frustrating for like all the wrong reasons. On top of the fact that I feel like this chapter
Not bad.
doesn't match like what the chapter and act intro was talking about. It just feels like, yeah, that we're going to attack Garreg Mach to take it back as a solid stronghold or whatever. But instead, we're just gonna have like this side thing going on.
There is
So,
little time.
I don't know. We'll see how it ends.
Where are you, Myson?
Hello.
Why? Why do you wield the power of Epimenides?
Epimenides?
I don't know, dude.
Tell me, where did you obtain it? Unless... his core.
His what? What are you even talking about? The power I got from Arval?
I'm not sensing his presence anymore. Myson has fled.
Yeah, and left us with nothing but questions. I didn't get a word of what he was saying.
Afraid the same goes for me. That was all quite perplexing indeed.
Either way, it's clear as day we're connected somehow.
Voice your
Arval,
concern.
This power of yours, it's more dangerous than you've been letting on.
You think? I have to say, you've handled it with some serious aplomb these past few years. If you ask me, I see no reason to start fearing it now. The strength I've given you has saved countless lives, and you know it. Don't you remember what Dimitri said? Power itself is neutral. The good or evil comes from the one who wields it. So I say you keep using it.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Both to protect your friends, and to finally defeat the Ashen Demon. Got something on your mind? You seemed oh so distracted during your training today.
A bit, yeah. It's kind of hard to just move on after what Myson said to me. Speaking of, he mentioned my power coming from some guy named Epimenides? Part of me wonders if that's not somehow referring to you, Arval.
I can't say for sure. The whole no memories thing, remember?
Right. I guess neither of us really know the truth about ourselves.
And I don't care to. Not now, anyway. There's an order all this should be done in. Priorities that take hold. If you let yourself get distracted by every shiny new object that comes along, you'll never reach your goal.
Which is what exactly? Wait, don't tell me.
Defeating the Ashen Demon. Everything starts from there. You can think for the rest of time if you want, but you'll never discover the truth with only the information you have now. Not to mention that ending that fiend is the best and only way to protect the new friends you adore so much.
I don't think that correlates at this point, but sure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
His Majesty requests your presence. Lord Rodrigue has just arrived. They hope to discuss strategy.
Got it. I'll be right over.
Such concludes the report I received from my son.
Hey!
The Western Church's assault does not appear to have meaningfully hampered the kingdom's progress.
Glad to hear it. We'd better make sure we can keep up.
It sounds like everyone's pulling their weight over there too. What a relief.
But Claude, what do you propose we actually do? Crossing the Great Bridge of Murden will only land us square in Burgley's territory, home to the Empire's Minister of Military Affairs himself.
I don't get how we can invade the Empire without losing a ton of people.
Simple. We don't really invade. All we have to do is make it look like we will. I told Dimitri the same thing. Remember, Garreg Mach is the actual prize here. If we get dragged into a mud fight deep in their territory, pulling out won't be an option. The most important thing is convincing them they need to keep a nice, big flock of troops stationed to defend the Eastern Front.
And how do we do that?
How else? We use the many-headed snake.
Ugh, gross. I don't like the sound of this.
Don't worry, that's just the name of the strategy. It's an old trick they used to pull east of Fódlan. Imagine our army's a many-headed snake, striking at a bunch of different targets all at once. Meaning not just the Great Bridge of Myrddin, but every other bridge that spans the Aramid too. The second the Empire starts trying to sever any one head in particular, we pull it back and redouble our efforts from the others.
A plan as arrogant and brazen as our leader himself, and yet an effective one to hear tell of it. At any rate, my opinion bears little weight in this chamber. I leave the decision to you.
We need to consider all our options here. If we really do reclaim Garreg Mach, Fódlan will undoubtedly change. And when it does, our army needs the strength to greet whatever horizon awaits.
Okay. So yeah, I guess a little bit of the confusion. This chapter still felt like filler, but the pincer attack going to Garreg Mach, we need to set it up first, which has kind of been done, which I guess is why we were going out there. We're going to spread and like, oh, we need to worry about this, and then jump back to the center and be like, nope, actually, we're doing this. But all right. I have heard that Azure Gleam kind of shits the bed toward the end, so I have that in the back of my mind because it has been honestly really good. But we might have reached that point. We'll see. Either way, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye.